Hi, Metal Maniacs. You're listening to Metal Messiah Radio International, and you're listening to Dave Softee's program, Metal Meltdown.
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from Utrecht, Netherlands. Joining us is Dutch thrash metal band Grindpad. It's great to have you here on the Metal Meltdown, guys. How you doing out there? Please introduce yourselves to our listeners.
Hello. Hey, hi, this is Grindpad. This is Oliver. I'm the singer of Grindpad. Tend to scream a lot and make terrible jokes.
My name is Jan Gerard. It's a very typical Dutch name. Let's say Yeezy. I play the guitars.
My name is Remy. I provide a bass in the band.
I'm Axel, and I play the guitars, and I'm the only foreign here to be able for the band to make jokes about them.
I'm Paul. I'm the drummer.
It's great to have you here, guys. Getting with the entire band. As you had just told me, you have a show, a last-minute show coming up, and so you actually are all in your car doing this interview with me. So I appreciate you taking the time to do this, and let's learn all we can about your fine thrashing band. I see the band formed in 2006. Who selected the band's name as Grindpad?
Well, that's actually a long story. In Utrecht there were several musicians, and not a single one of them is in the band now. But they started jamming a bit, and they originally came up with the name. And after some lineup changes, we were looking for a name, and all the cliches passed. But Grindpad, that is in Dutch, stayed because it's such a powerful word. Actually, without a specific meaning, but we were like, hey, this is our name.
Excellent. I thank you for explaining that. And let's learn all we can about your music. I see that you have 3 previous EPs out there: Killing for a Living EP 2008, Grave Matter EP in 2009, and Poser Killer, which I think is a great title because you got to kill all the posers, in 2013. So I want to congratulate you on your latest EP, Sharkbite. It's a really cool offering, and it reminds me so much like Jaws, I guess you could say, with the shark. And is this a self-released album or EP, I should say, or was this released independently?
Well, we actually self-released it. So when after the Poser Killer EP, after that came out, we had a hiatus of like a couple of years where we were unable to stabilize the lineup, especially in terms of the drums. And then we really wanted to get something out, and we had 4 killer tracks, and we had some more which we were working on, and then we decided to go with the EP just to kick some ass, to show the world that we're still there. And as you can see on the EP, the first track is called Not Fucking Dead. It's just a big fat kick in the balls to let people know Grindpad's alive and kicking. And we decided to self-release it, and we didn't print too many copies of it. Actually, I had to print more because it was selling quite well. And obviously we are working on a new album, but we just wanted to get something out there as fast as possible with killer artwork, killer songs, just to let the world know we are still out there and still rocking very hard.
That's good news, and I appreciate what you're saying there. And yeah, you got to let the people know that you're still alive, and we're looking forward to your first full length out there. But let's talk about Sharkbite. I find it to be a kick-ass offering. Let's learn, where was this recorded, produced, who mixed and mastered this, and who was responsible for the production?
That's a good question. I think most of it came from our drummer Paul, who really helped us make do the recordings. Paul, maybe you want to say something about that?
Yeah, well, actually the guitars were recorded in the rehearsal room, engineered by our Olivier. And
with great help from Paul.
Yeah, okay, I set up the equipment, and then it was just a go, I think. And the vocals were recorded at my place, the drums as well, and
Mixing.
the mix is done by a friend of us, Freek Filippi. Very Dutch name. He mixed it and mastered it as well, I think, yeah.
He's an audio professional with his own band as well, and he usually does TV work, but we know him from a long time ago, and we knew he would understand exactly the sound we were aiming for, and I think he fucking nailed it.
Excellent.
Yeah. It is an interesting story because we were looking for a drummer, and we actually considered at some point to program drums for the Sharkbite EP. And I knew Paul from quite a while back when we were in a death metal band together called Judgment Day, and I decided at some point just to contact him and see if he wanted to do some session work for Sharkbite. He was willing to do that, and we were very happy, and then we got along very well. And then quite a while after, Paul decided to fully join Grindpad, and makes us very happy that we now have a complete lineup.
Yeah, complete 5-piece.
Yeah.
Very good. Am I pronouncing the name? Am I pronouncing the name correctly when I say Grindpad? Because you're saying it differently than me, and I want to make sure I'm saying the name right.
Now we pronounced it in Dutch, and in Dutch it's called Grindpad.
Okay.
But you have to be a native Dutch to get it to say it properly, I suppose.
A hard G, like Klingon, someone would say.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Well, for our international listeners, Grindpad is just fine.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm saying Grindpad, and it sounds like you're saying cream puff, and I want to make sure I got it right.
That was actually pretty good.
You got it right. Only you have to pronounce the G more expressively, like G.
I appreciate
Which is very hard for people outside of
when
the
you're about to
Netherlands
speak
or...
a green one.
Yeah,
Oh.
when you're having a cold, like.
Oh, trust me, I'm fully aware of the international language differences because I've had my experience with a lot of bands outside of the USA, and let me tell you, English is very
Yeah.
tough for a lot of bands out there all around the world. So yeah, excuse me if I say Dutch names wrong, but yeah, I could understand where you're coming from. So yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah,
And
no, it's fine. And actually, well, anyway, when you ask about the name, also one of the reasons the name was kind of a teaser for English speakers. So
very funny. And let's talk about the imagery of the EP artwork. It's pretty cool and it's fun. And like I said, it reminds me of Jaws. And I'd like to know who is responsible for this image and who was responsible for making the artwork, and also who designed the band's logo.
Well, the artwork is done by none less than Ed Repka, which you might know from Megadeth
And Def.
and a lot more thrash metal.
Suicidal Angels.
Yeah.
Suicidal Angel.
Yeah, Ed Repka is sort of the, let's say the thrash metal artwork master. And it was actually funny because we had the idea of the artwork, and we were like, yeah, man, it would be cool if we have in the style of Ed Repka. And we were searching, and I was on this forum for artists, and the one guy said, why don't you actually ask Ed Repka? And we were like, yeah, but if you do bands like Megadeth, he probably won't even work with an unsigned band. And maybe he would ask like, I don't know, $10,000, and then we didn't actually know. Yeah.
That's funny.
So we emailed him, and he was actually pretty cool. So he was like, yeah, sure. I will work with you. And we sort of gave him a basic idea of what we wanted, with the beach and the blue sky. It had to be very light, vrolijk, happy,
bright colors.
Yeah. To really stand out, because a lot of metal covers are very dark and grim and evil, and we actually didn't like that too much. So, hey, and he did a great job. Actually, it was awesome, and I think it really helped us a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, the cover.
Yeah. Tell us about the logo, how it came to be.
Yeah. Oh, and the logo. Yeah. Sorry, Axel.
yeah, well, for a long time we decided we were just looking at how to do it, and because we wanted to change the original logo in the first EPs, etc., because Grindpad is new since say 2011 and on. And one night at the room where at the place where we used to rehearse, we just sit down and like, oh, what about this, that, and in the end. The inspiration was only for the site, and like, oh yeah, look, this looks like a TIE interceptor, something like that. It's pointy. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, it stays. And the middle letters, well, that wasn't too much of a brainer, but it was really like the concept of the side points, which really sticked, and that's it.
Yeah, once the G and the D were done.
Yeah, exactly. The rest was
everything in between was actually quite easy to do.
It worked out very well for you, and thank you for
explaining all the history. Love it.
Yeah, so do we. And I'm interested to know, being that you've been putting music out for about a decade there, how has your experience been for the entire band as far as seeking a label that suits your needs? Have you gotten any prospects or any label interested in dealing with you? Have you had any good experiences, or are you happy with just self-releasing your stuff?
Well, right now everything we have was self-released, and I think it's easier nowadays because of things like Spotify and YouTube will make it a lot easier to get the word out online. Still, we are for our next release, we are looking for a potential label, but I think it's really hard to find a label that both both has the reach to really help you out and to work with a smaller band like ourselves. So if you know any, please send them our way.
I wish it was that easy, but hopefully there's somebody out there listening that would be interested and we can make a connection. In the underground, we all have to help each other out to get this to go. And so let's hope that something can happen, absolutely.
That is a very true thing.
Yeah.
And then another very true thing.
So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Warner, if you're listening, or Deaf American, or Grindpad from the Netherlands, and we make awesome music.
Yeah, this is true. And another true situation is bands today, especially independent bands and bands that are do-it-yourself bands. What we need to do is to spread the word on how the fans out there can support the band by either getting a CD or digital files or digital downloads, I should say, and merch. So I want to give a couple of links out there. I know you have the Bandcamp page. That's grindpad.bandcamp.com. You have your official website, grindpad.com, and you have your facebook.com/grindpad. Would you say any of these sites are good for the fans to get merch? Or do you have any other recommendations on how we can make it as easy for the fans to get in touch with you or to get the merch that they want to enjoy?
Of course, the easiest way is on our Facebook page. You have this big blue button that says Shop Now, which will take you to our website where we actually have a web shop up. We do ship worldwide. If shipping costs are too high anywhere, we're always able to work something out. We don't overcharge for our stuff, so anyone who wants to get one of the hard copies of the CD with the awesome Ed Redka artwork, we now even have T-shirts with the sharks from Ed Repka on them. So you can just hit us up on the website. If you have any questions about that, just drop us an email or get the contact form or hook us up on Facebook, and we answer every single message, and we're always able to work something out.
That's great.
Don't be afraid to contact us, because so far we are able to be in reach with fans from Japan, for instance, Madagascar, I think also.
It was Mauritius. Yeah, we've had ever since we've released the Sharkbite EP, we've got some great support all around the world. So that was something that was actually unexpected and really, really cool. So if anything you want to get in contact, just hook us up on whatever works for you, email or contact forums, Facebook, and we get in touch with everyone. So do that.
That is great news, and I'm glad to hear that things are going great for you. And besides the music, could you explain, or besides the Sharkbite, could you inform the listeners on what currently you have available as far as merch beyond the music?
Beyond the music, it's just T-shirts. So we have our CDs available, and then we have the T-shirts. Maybe at some point we will be providing more, but that is probably once we release the full-length album, we're gonna look into that as well.
And we have the video.
Of course, we have the video. Yeah, good mention.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that in just a bit. So when do you think, as far as a time frame, where and when do you think you're going to launch your full offering, your debut full CD? Do you have a time frame for that?
Well, what we are doing now is we have pretty much all the songs done, and we sort of made a decision on these are the 10 or 11 ones that will form the actual full length. And we're now working on details. Some solos have to be done or finish some lyrics, stuff like that. Some songs need to be practiced just a bit more before we record them. And we're aiming March, April.
That's the recording.
We're planning to start recording at the beginning of March.
So, to be honest, that can be quite hard. So we don't want to overpromise anything. We've done that in the past, and it almost never works out in the time frame that you want it. But I would be, as JG just said, the songs are pretty much written, so we are in the phase where we start pre-recording and things like that.
Very cool, and I wish you the best, and hopefully you get this out when you wish to get it out. It never, almost always, like you said, never works out exactly how you plan, but I wish you the best with that. And also, as we know, Grindpad is a live performing band, as you have a show tonight, which was, you were telling me, like a last minute situation. Could you let us know about some of your past shows and what other shows you might have coming up that you would like to spread the word on?
Well, we have some shows coming up right now. All of them are in the Netherlands. Last year we did some great shows with the release party of our EP, which was a massive success with our friends from Distillator, which is also a very cool thrash metal band
Very
from the
nice
Netherlands.
band. Yeah,
They've
killer.
been, yeah, they've been doing quite well, and they played at our release party, which was, as I said, a massive success. We did an open air show at Occult Fest this year, which was also really cool. We got some great responses. This year, we recently signed with a promotional agency, which will probably get us some more gigs this year, so help us reach more people. And of course, yeah, playing live is what we do best. So we hope to do that a lot more this year.
No. Well, so far the plan was I think 27th of January.
Yeah, and then we have the 9th of June.
9th of June on that.
May
12th.
May
May
12th.
12th also.
So we get some stuff. Yeah.
It's great news. Excellent news on that. And we were just mentioning, touched upon videos, and I did visit YouTube and I searched for some Grindpad videos. I saw a bunch of MP3 videos and the official Sharkbite video. Can we learn more about this video as far as who produced, directed, and edited this? And if there are any plans for future official or lyrical videos, we love to talk about that as well.
Yeah, so the Sharkbite video, that was recorded both in our practice room and during the live show during the EP release party. And a friend of ours called Pim Vermeulen, he basically shot the video and edited it. And the funny thing is, he actually put in the first shark bits as a sort of a joke from like these terrible B-horror shark movies, and immediately we knew this is the way to go. That was just so funny and so awesome, and it really fit the music and our way of thinking about the music. So we said to him, like, dude, this nice first version, but get a lot of more of that.
Do it and overdo it.
Yeah, do it. If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So get as much of it in there as you possibly can. And then we just handed it over, and I must say he did an amazing job. When it came back, everyone just loved it, and that was basically it. It's very natural.
It looked like it was a lot of fun to make too.
Yeah, and I actually really like that it shows that, because we get that response all the time. You can see it also in the YouTube comments, that people see how much fun the band is having, and that is exactly what the sort of thing we want to convey to our listeners. Like, this is the violent fun that we have.
Yeah, this is excellent, and yeah, it's always good to know that, and we appreciate that. And at this time, would you guys like to talk about your gear? Are you interested in talking about that?
Sure.
I play drums. I have a drum kit. First thing first.
Well, talk about your gear. Take it away,
okay. Well, I'm sort of a gear junk. So at the moment I have like 4 guitar amps, and yeah, you know what? In the end, it doesn't matter that much. It's the way how you record them and how the mics are placed. So I don't think it's even that important. We do have sort of our own tone, and you know what? If you really know what you want, you can get it out of almost every guitar or amp. So I currently play Jackson guitar. Tonight I play with my Randall amp. That's because it's just simple. And I recently bought a PV 5150 just to try. You know, maybe that is the holy grail for me. We'll see.
For me, Remy, for the bass, I have a customized Ibanez Iceman. So I bought an Ibanez Iceman 5-string bass and had it customized. So basically, only the body is original, and besides that, everything is new. But it was custom made specifically for this band to give it the thrash sound that we were looking for. So that's one was what I play at, and besides that I have a Sans amp preamp which comes in easily for live performance and studio recordings. It's really a great thing. And then a Marshall power amp, which I'm currently using. So that's my gear for the bass.
Outstanding.
Axel.
Okay. Yeah, well, mine for the guitar. Yeah, I have a Dean guitar that I play. It's a V. I'm always playing Vs. A DVC, which is what Dean Zelinsky did after Dean. And yeah, straight into a Triple X, a PV Triple X amp. And bam, that's it.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah, I actually play anything I can hit. It doesn't matter to me that much. I usually use Axel's pedals. I have a cheap Taiwanese snare drum Maple. I don't know the brand. I think it's Profile or something like that, but it's great.
It's quite hard.
My own drum kit is a Yamaha Birch Custom, Stage Custom. It's Birch shell kit. 2 bass drums, 8, 10, 12, 14 toms, and 16-inch floor tom with a lot of different brands of cymbals around it.
Very nice.
I use everything that I can hit. It's fine.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, well, vocals is easy. I just, playing live, I just pretty much use whatever mic they have lying around. I do have a wireless kit, which is a Shure Beta 5.8, which I can use whenever I can.
That's cool, but you know what? I've seen some shows where you can't trust people with other people's microphones because sometimes they don't work right for you. So be careful with that. I hope you've never had an experience where, whether it's wireless or someone else's mic, where you go on there on stage and you go to do your show, and then all of a sudden, no one can hear you. That gets kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I
Sometimes
agree.
it's blessed.
Usually they have like a SM58 lying around, and that's fine. And for wireless, I only use my own.
I got you. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time, everyone, for explaining what you play out there, what your gear is all about, and everything like that. And I'm interested to know beyond the band. I know we are in the underground, and you're not making a living with doing your music. So, how do you make a living? How do you support the band? Would you like to talk about what you do beyond the band? Your
Yeah,
livelihood.
sure. I think we all have pretty straightforward, normal jobs. You know, it's as you say, we're not professionals. I mean, we take the band very seriously, but it is like a hobby. So yeah, I have an office job. Oliver does as well. Guys,
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
I fix defective electronic stuff, usually for disabled people, like speech help devices and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Domotics.
Wow.
And the rest of us just work in offices.
It's good to have a job. I wish that the band was making the money that you never would have to work a regular job, that you could just, do your thing, play the band, and make your money. But we know that's not the reality of this, what we call the underground.
Yeah, I mean, you said it's like a hobby, but it is like a hobby, because a hobby I think that you can do without, but this at least we can't. It's a requirement anyway.
It's in our veins. So,
Yeah, this is something we need to be doing, and also what we do with the band, we take extremely seriously. So we don't want to like fuck shit up. We take our shows very seriously, the songs, recording, everything like that. So that has to be perfect.
Sure.
But still, it is, like you say, it is a hobby, and I think in our particular style of music, it's very hard for bands to make a living out of that. And yeah, it's something we do on the side, but we enjoy a lot, and we put a lot of time and energy in it, and we just try and get it right and play as much as we can.
I appreciate that. And unfortunately, a hobby like this actually costs you money rather than you actually making money from this hobby. It actually takes money out of your pocket to keep it going. I understand that as well.
I don't think that's a real problem, because almost everyone I know has a hobby and they all cost money. So yeah, I don't really mind that.
I understand you.
It's money well spent.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a different hobby, that will cost you money anyway. Some guys goes like bungee jumping every week. That costs him a lot of money as well.
Yeah, I got you.
For instance, my wife costs more money than this band. So
I would say obviously, right?
But you
Yeah.
make the money in the harbor with the sailors, right, Remy?
don't tell my wife.
Oh yeah, that's interesting there. And gentlemen, would you like to say anything at this moment? Would you like to say anything to your fans that are tuning in around the world at this moment?
Yeah, I do. If you thought Sharkbite was cool, you got another thing coming.
to quote Judas Priest.
And really, if you like metal as it originally was meant, like the whole old school, the Exodus, the old Metallica, the Slayer, the Anthrax,
And don't forget the hardcore influences.
stuff like that. You want metal to be like bam.
In your
Then
face. Violent.
wait until our full length. Are we going to tell the title?
Nah, not yet.
No, not yet. No, we'll keep the title to ourselves. We just, I think,
Yeah.
what we mean is that we enjoy the violent, fun thrash metal. Not just thrash, but metal should be powerful and violent.
Violent and dangerous.
And
as
in
it
your
was.
face, and there's too many pussy bands out there right now, and we just want to bring that back, so you can expect that from us. And also, we like to thank everyone who has supported this in any way, even if it's only a like on Facebook from the guys, or just someone ordered our CDs. We've gotten tremendous support from around the world, something we never expected when we released our album a year ago, or the EP. So yeah, thanks everyone for that, and you can expect the best from us.
Yeah.
And most important of things is, as a band, try to be genuine. Because there are a lot of bands out there, sorry to say, but a lot of bands out there that have a stage image and an image to the outside world, but in real life, they're completely somebody else. And I think this band is the same on stage, off stage, and in the real world. Our music speaks for us, and also how we are in the real world.
We appreciate what you're saying there, and do me a favor, when you have this new music ready to go and you know the title that you want to share with us, let us know and we'll start spreading the word here at Metal Messiah Radio. No doubt about that.
Definitely, man.
We will do that, and we will appreciate you for it. Thank you.
I want to thank you guys for this very fun interview. I'm glad that we got to do it. I'm glad that we didn't have to delay it, and I'm just happy that we have had this opportunity to learn more about your band, and I do enjoy the music, and I want to wish everyone a great new year. May you have great shows. May you have a great show tonight, and I wish the band to have great success, and if you are to ever get signed, I hope that it works out for your best interest. And even if you don't get signed and you stay, self-releasing your stuff, I just hope that you are happy doing what you do and keep it true to yourself, like you said. And we will be here to support you. No worries about that. So keep doing what you do, and we'll be here to help promote it.
Well, thank you very much for that.
Yeah,
we truly appreciate it. And of course, best of luck with you and the radio show and Heavy Metal Messiah Radio.
Yeah,
so
man.
you guys are awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and if we have news, you'll hear it.
We appreciate